Hi guys, it's Lara. Thank you for watching. What is it, Mr. Bushy-tail? You totally sabotaging my video. Hi guys, it's Lara. Thank you all for watching and welcome back to my channel. So Shadow and I went on a short adventure. We are in the Viennese Alps because it's supposed to be super hot in the following 2 days, and we decided to escape the heat together, and we're gonna take you with us. So if that's something you're interested in, then please keep watching. We booked a room in a very lovely inn on the top of one of the mountains. So it has a wardrobe. Over there on the left is my bed and a nightstand. There's the table. There were 2 chairs, but I put one on the balcony so that I would have space for Shadow's place. And of course I brought his pillows and his elevated dishes. So here we have the balcony and the view. Here's the bathroom. So there's a sink with a mirror and enough storage space, a shower and the potty. And I also brought a sponge, and I brought in this empty bottle from our hyaluronic acid capsules dish soap so that I could wash Shadow's bowls. And over here I hung some stuff like Shadow's second harness and leash, my crossbody bag, hat and so on. And here are my shoes. So I'm gonna go hiking with these barefoot shoes. I absolutely love them. They are super comfy. It's been a little weird at the beginning, but I absolutely love them. Behind me on the wardrobe I have some of my food and Shadow's food and his supplements and herbs and oil that I pour over his food. The thing with my food is I'm here in the country and there are literally no vegan options on the menu in the place where I'm staying. We called ahead and asked about the situation, so I guess they could fix something for me, but I didn't want to rely on that, so I brought something like oat bars. I have here my overnight oats and canned fruits, and I also have a few items that need to be stored in the fridge. There's no fridge in the room, but when we called, the lady told us that that's not a problem. I can bring my stuff downstairs and she's gonna store it for me and I can get it anytime, so that was super sweet. I find that when you travel as a vegan, it definitely takes great planning, so we usually email or call ahead and ask what are the options, and most of the time I simply bring my food because not all areas are vegan friendly. We do not live in a vegan world, even though there are vegans who simply don't acknowledge the fact. There are people who literally claim that it's super easy, but I don't know on what planet they're living because it's just not true. There are areas where it's really not easy to find any decent food, and again, I don't feel like eating just fries or salad, especially when I go hiking. I want to have something nutritious, so in that case I usually bring stuff on my own. And sometimes when you go ahead, sometimes you can discuss something and they prepare something special for you, but it's just not always possible. So now I'm gonna go downstairs and I will make sure that the food that needs to be stored cool will be in a fridge, and then Shadow and I will go hiking. We know the area because we've been here hiking in the fall and in winter. I already have a vlog from here when we were here in winter. It was just so beautiful, so I will link the video down below. But today, instead of staying out on the meadows, we're just gonna go through the woods and explore the parts that we don't know yet, so it's very exciting. So in the shade and in the woods it's actually very nice. There are several clouds on the sky, which is something I've been actually hoping for. So it's definitely much nicer than being in the hot city today. Oh, and I also wanted to tell you that I actually got my old camera again. So I'm filming on my old Canon PowerShot that I used to film on up till the end of 2019. So last year I donated my entire film equipment around the time when I wanted to quit YouTube. I gave it to a friend of ours who also has an animal sanctuary, but he just hasn't been using the camera at all, and he offered to send the camera back. So I accepted the camera and the microphone back. I let him have the rest of the equipment, but I'm really happy that I can use it, because it was just too bad that it's been just sitting there not being used, because I can use it for vlogging since I'm filming again. We will have to cut our walk a bit short because Shadow made it very clear that it's just too hot for him. He would stop in the middle of the road, and that's something I have to pay attention to because for Huskies the hot weather can be pretty dangerous. They can overheat, so we're gonna go now back to the inn. And suddenly he speeds up when he sees that we are returning, so that's a clear signal. I closed the shades in the room and Shadow decided that he wanted to lay here. And now he's looking for a spot where he could cool off because it's clearly too warm for him. Poor guy. This is just the worst time of the year for a husky. And I'm gonna have a little snack. I'm gonna drink lots of water and I might actually even take a nap. I just had my lunch, so we went downstairs to the restaurant and we stayed inside. They have tiles on the floor, so that helped Shadow to cool off. He definitely enjoyed that. He was sleeping and I was reading my book, and I went through the menu. They actually have 3 vegetarian options, and I was able to kind of veganize the one because it was a vegetable patty with potatoes, and normally it comes with a sauce and the sauce would have milk in it, so I simply ordered it without the sauce. So that was my lunch, and it came with a little salad. Oh yeah, and something a little bit less lovely, I had to wash my shoes because when we came back from our walk I thought, like, why do my feet smell so badly? My feet never smell. And I figured I should maybe check the soles, and I stepped in poop in the woods. So lovely, so I had to wash them. I slept about an hour and then I just stayed in bed and I read. During all the time Shadow was sleeping. At some point he joined me and came to me to cuddle, and now it cooled off and it's so beautiful, so we are going for a walk. Hey Mr. Bushytail, that's much better, isn't it? For dinner, I'm gonna have this oriental lentil salad, and I'm gonna have this vegan chocolate, quote-unquote, milk. It's oat-based. But first, I have to feed the baby. Good morning. We slept really well. It was nice and cool at night, and we slept till 5:30, which is for us around this time quite late, because normally I get up at 4:30, so that was really nice. We've been chilling the entire afternoon. I took a nap again, and I have to say I realized by being here how much I needed this to get away from the city, to take a break from filming and editing and working and everything else. It was really the right decision to come here instead of just going into a hotel in Vienna for the 2 days until the floor will be fixed. Shadow slept too, and I read so much. I came much further in my book, and now I took a shower and I changed, so I have again my gray skirt, but I have a different top and fresh undies. The place where we are going is about 20 to 25 minutes away from here, so we have to drive. And there's supposed to be a creek and a gorge, I believe it's called, so these high stone walls, and we hope that it's gonna be nice and cool there. Alrighty, so we arrived at the parking place. I didn't know how long it's really gonna take because I've never been here, plus I was kind of scared driving down again because the way to the inn is very, very curvy and very steep, and I felt like that shall be interesting driving down because it's also very narrow, but I was fine, of course. Here is what the area looks like here. It looks pretty nice, and it is cooling off, which is great, especially for Mr. Bushytail. Hi, Mr. Bushytail. Good morning. So yesterday we had a wonderful walk. I loved the place where we went. It was so beautiful. It was also very nice and cool. The only bummer was that there was no water in the creek because it's been so hot lately and everything dried out. That has actually never happened, so it's pretty scary. So anyway, when we came back, I read a little bit before I went to sleep, and this morning I woke up at 5:12, but I took my time. And now we're in the woods. We're gonna go on a nice and long walk. Then I'll feed Shadow, I'll have my breakfast, and then I'll have to start packing because today we're going home. The great thing was that it rained last night and it cooled off significantly, so that's a relief pretty much for everyone. And I even had to put on long pants this morning and a little bit thicker jacket than yesterday, which means that it's much nicer for Shadow today. The whole stay here was so wonderful. I enjoyed the peace, the doing nothing to just enjoying ourselves. It was so wonderful, and I also recognized how important and how long overdue that was from me. Last year I launched my platform for sewing beginners, and recently I recognized that it was just not sustainable for me because it was adding so much stress to my life. So I have decided to post all the videos twice a week now on YouTube until all the courses are public, and I will continue creating the stuff for YouTube because I feel like I have way more freedom, like creative freedom there in terms of planning, because when I launched the platform I always felt the pressure that I needed to create courses where the lessons would be consecutive, and when I'm creating for YouTube I can jump in at any time and no one really cares. It's a little bit different. One thing I did get though, and that's a sewing pattern making program. I always wanted to have that, and I always wanted to do that because whenever I was posting tutorials on YouTube for things that I designed, people were asking for the patterns, and I had no way of offering my patterns without a sewing pattern program, and they are super expensive, but I found a really great solution for myself and I'm super happy with it. I love working with the program that I got, and I already have my first 2 patterns on my homepage, so I'm keeping the homepage even though the courses are now gonna be on YouTube. I also offered the people who were paying like viewers the money back, but no one actually wanted that, which is amazing. They actually said that that doesn't matter, they still got the value and now they can enjoy anything what I'll post in future for free, so they didn't mind. So thank you everybody, and thank you everybody for the support. And yeah, I'll keep the platform and I'll be selling there my sewing patterns. So I'll be redoing all the sewing patterns now digitally, even for the things that I already posted on my DIY YouTube channel, like for the Halloween costumes and whatnot. So I'll be busy with that, but in my own time. I really have to make sure that I pace myself, because whenever I'm working on a new project I always get super excited and I'm all in, but then I forget to take some me time very often, and it just adds stress because I have a day job, and even though I work just part-time I also have a pupper who needs a special care because he's a husky. He needs to go out a lot, and I have a husband and I don't want to neglect my husband either. I love him, he's my best friend, he's the best thing that has ever happened to me. So that's a little update to you, and now we're gonna enjoy the rest of the walk with Mr. Bushytail, who is by the way super happy to be in the woodsies. And I'll see you guys when we are going to be packed and on our way home. Alright, so I am more or less packed. So I will start carrying this stuff into the car, and then I'll get Mr. Bushytail and his blanket and his orthopedic mattress, and then I guess we're gonna go for another walk before we go home. So, and now after our wonderful walk we're going back to the inn. All the stuff is already in the car. I plan on drinking a tea and then we're gonna be on our way home. So that's gonna be it for our today's vlog. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed our stay here. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. God bless you and see you soon. Bye.